28F 24M. Husband no longer speaks to me. We've been married for 2 years. And as of last Sunday night, he's not said a single word to me. I noticed it on Monday morning, when he didn't respond to me at breakfast and later that evening. When it came to dinner, he simply took the plate and locked himself away in the spare room to eat. He's moved his things to the spare room and has been sleeping there this week. He's actively avoided me in the house and straight up ignores me when I try and speak to him. We've had no argument and I can't think of a reason why he would act like this. Update. Thank you for the advices. I've responded to the top comment as I took their suggestion and my husband opened up. So, you need to go where he is. Turn off any noise and state this clearly and loudly. This silent treatment is an unhealthy and abusive emotional manipulation tactic. It is unworthy, hurtful behavior on your part, and it is doing significant damage to our relationship. I don't know what you are trying to accomplish by doing this, and I cannot force you to talk. So I will not try. I will also not cook for you, etc., and leave you be. When you are ready to talk, I will listen, but you need to know you are hurting me emotionally and destroying my trust in you as a partner. Then leave him alone. Don't try to talk to him. Don't make him food. Don't interact and lead as normal a life as possible. And do some reading on silent treatment from a spouse. You need to think about what will be needed to repair your relationship with your spouse. Whether it is therapy or something else. And what happens if this happens again? If your partner starts talking to you again, don't be sarcastic or snarky. Ask him why he did it and why he thought being silent was a good idea and listen to him. Once he has had his say, you need to tell how much this hurt you. Respond if needed to his reasons and talk about what needs to happen next. Is he okay, medically? Does he have any history of drug use? I'm having a real hard time believing that your husband of 2 years has just suddenly stopped interacting with you in any way and has moved into the spare bedroom for no reason. But you're still cooking for him. There is so much missing from this post that you have to be a troll. Anything weird happen in the weeks following up? Any sensitive topics come up? Otherwise, can't really tell if the behavior's uncalled for or not. With that said, it's definitely irregular, irrational behavior on his part regardless of any circumstances. Maybe he thinks you cheated or something. Sounds like you need to be a little more forthright in talking to him and expecting an answer. Is he still expecting you to cook for him? Unplug and hide the Wi-Fi router, he'll talk pretty quick. If this is true, I think both of you are troubled. He hasn't spoken to you for a week and you haven't addressed it with him? For a week? Yeah, this is a bullshit post or you both have major issues. It's called stonewalling and it's abuse. Whatever you're doing for him, stop. Cooking, cleaning, etc. If he isn't gonna be a big boy and communicate, he can be a big boy and do his own dishes and make his own dinner. Some guys do this to their woman to upset them and get them to react. So they can point fingers and go, AHHA. I knew you were a terrible person. Whenever you get frustrated enough to demand an answer, then they don't have to feel as guilty about being the cause for the end of the relationship. A more common tactic than most people realize. To me, it's just point-blank sinister. Did you forget his birthday? A special occasion that was important to him? It feels like he is trying to make you think of something that you did that hurt his feelings. If he was really pissed, he wouldn't be washing his dishes. Maybe you told another person something about him that he felt you should have held in confidence. There is no way of knowing until he decides to speak. I, personally, would not leave my home. If he wants to go, Let him go. I agree with the others that you need to quit cooking meals for him or anything else for him until he comes around. Please let us know the outcome. The silent treatment is very destructive. I hope it doesn't last long. You have to confront him. His behavior is bizarre. Who doesn't speak to their spouse for almost a week? Whether he wants to work through whatever the issue is or he wants to end the relationship, he needs to use his words like an adult. Someone doesn't just go silent for no reason. Whether or not it's a good reason is another matter entirely. So there will be something that either you or he has done that caused this. Given his avoidance of you, sorry, but my money is that he is angry at you or something that you have done. So seriously, have some deep internal reflection about your actions, comments, behavior in the week or so beforehand. Check your emails, texts, social media for any posts or comments that he might have found or seen that, while you might think are harmless, but he might think are inappropriate. I'm assuming that you are not stupid enough to come to Reddit asking why your husband isn't talking to you while you're cheating on him. Then force a conversation with him. Tell him that you need him to tell you why he is angry. Tell him he needs to stop acting like a child and talk about the issues. If you found anything in your internal reflection, bring those things up. Apologize if necessary. Explain them where possible. Try to work through the issues he brings up together. Also tell him that you deserve an apology from him for how he has behaved. Then afterwards you need to seriously consider couples counseling and whether or not the relationship is worth saving. You have the choice to go on with your life without his interaction, by which you don't do anything for him but live as if you are a roommate. You can choose to treat this as one of the traits of abuse, which the silent treatment is one of the biggest traits. If you chose this one, then you can research what to do with being abused and follow through. Which means exactly that. Don't rush back if he decides you have been punished enough. Power in a relationship depends on the relationship being healthy to start with. The silent treatment is not healthy at all. It is a means of control. In a healthy relationship there is compromise, communication, honesty, etc. Just know that if and when you decide on your boundaries and values, then you will get pushed back. So go find some support from others now, because you are being manipulated, and that needs some reference point for normality to help you. If you need an example, think of yourself as being in solitary confinement. It is a punishment for a reason that people need communication, touch, interaction, etc. You can tell him if he doesn't discuss it with you, you'll leave, or you can just leave without saying anything and wait until he calls her message as you. If you two own a house together, don't leave. Alternatively, he's doing this as a manipulation and you can act like nothing is wrong and go about your day. Say to his face, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm just gonna go about my life until you figure it out or want to talk about it. My door is open, but I'm not going to drag you through it. Come find me when you want to use your words. Bye. And then go have a fun girls' night out. Do not mope about trying to appease him. Don't make his dinner or do his laundry. Those things are for active participants in a marriage. He's a toddler in a tantrum trying to get his way. It's ridiculous. Either you're not telling the full story for some reason or you're missing something massive that's happened. Please update us. Love when people use this sub to try out there are no sleep ideas. Go stay somewhere else. This behavior only works if you stick around and he can see you suffering. The silent treatment is abusive. This is not how you communicate in a healthy relationship. There was a story here on Reddit about the girl being rude and mean to her boyfriend, and then some girl hits on him at the gym, but he tells her he is in a relationship. When he gets home, the girlfriend is all kinds of happy. This was some kind of test she learned about on TikTok and he passed. I think he ended it with her. Playing games like this isn't good for you. Pack a bag after he leaves for work and go stay somewhere safe. When did it start and why do you think then? Stop everything. Get your important papers. Leave a note to call when he is ready to talk and leave. Do not tell him where you go. Stay with a friend if you can. Make an appointment with a marriage counselor and a divorce lawyer. When he calls, make him do the explaining. If his issue is something you can handle, require counseling to improve communication in your marriage. If his issue is a deal breaker, you will be prepared.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.